while we're making either a smoothie or raw food. Both are raw, but basically I have something to say because people are a little crazy out there. You might be unhinged, people might be unhinged, things might be happening that throw curveballs at you. And what do? You do your consistent things. If you go to the gym, you go to the gym. If you go for a walk every evening, you go for a walk every evening. If you art journal, and these are all things I recommend, art journal in the morning, you do that. If you go ground and get your feet on the earth, I recommend that. If you get sunshine every day, 15 minutes, 10 maybe each side in the nude or not, that's something to do. And for me, something that I've been enjoying immensely is showing up here and communing while I make something nutritious and delicious. So I got radicchio, I have romaine, I have berries, I have coconut yogurt, I have blueberries, blackberries, I've got apple, I've got, I think the radicchio and the romaine are interesting. Although when I find that I have a salad during the day, I want to have a smoothie at night. Hey, Michelle, what do you do when things get thrown at you? You show up for what you show up for consistently, and it helps. Even if life is throwing you some drama. So, what do we want? I'm feeling like making a lemon ginger honey shot and also having this new vanilla chamomile cocoa June yogurt with berries. And then if I want to, hi Elena, if I want to have something that's salady, then maybe I'll have something with my romaine, just a couple pieces of romaine or cut up. I got red cabbage today. I got purple onion, which is red onion. I got radicchio, which is red. I got grapes that are red, and I got cherries. So there's got to be some nutrients in the red riboflavins that I am craving. So I'm going to wash the berries. Today was a really weird day, like super weird, like weirder than weird, just weirder than weird. But what I did, and I probably have, is if I'm living in construction, I'm going to have a clean, clear, bright house in all the areas I can. And last night I was very frazzled by the construction, but it was also because my kitchen was messy and I did my Dara thing and I feel calmer. I felt calmer after I did that. So we're gonna need something to drink. Are you ready? Are you ready for this cocktail that we're having, which is all healthy, all natural, no alcohol, no hangover, just nice vibes. And I'm gonna make something really fun after I wash. I have my shoes in the sink because I spilled gasoline all over my clothes and my shoes today after dropping a watermelon at the same time as shutting my hand in the door. It's a little swollen. It was just this 1 hour of weirdness where I just had these things just go. All I said to myself is I better go home. That's all. Just go home. And I started painting, and then I went for my nightly walk. And I'm not gonna have the blueberries, although I could have some blueberries and blackberries with coconut yogurt. But our cocktail is very interesting. Are you ready? It's happy July 4th. Happy Independence Day, you guys. Here we go. Herbie's kiddish cup, his goblet, his chalice. He must have had, this thing must be, I don't even know how old. There's two of them. I have another one with little jewels on it. This must be, ever since I was little, I've seen him have it. So I'm 57 and he must have had it before then. So this is like ancient and precious. Life went so sideways. It's so easy for Michelle to do readings for me because she just channels in the guardian angels and she knows what's going on, and I highly recommend her for readings. So we are going to have cinnamon hibiscus kava with some cherry apothecary. So obviously I need, This is another red that I made today. This is hibiscus schizandra. I put schizandra powder in. I put ashwagandha and shatavari and honey. And then I have cherry apothecary. So let's look up red foods and what they do for you. David Wolf used to talk about that all the time, but I have an enormous amount of red foods here, which I'm shopping intuitively because I've been raw for 80 some odd days, close to 90. Your trust, you're so good at what you do. Tarot is her language, and she's honest and direct, yet very kind. So we're gonna have some schizandra, hibiscus, shatavari, and we're gonna have that right now because it's hot and I've not been drinking enough. Plus I have a dehumidifier in my house in the desert. This bracelet's really special. So Jada and I visited a friend up in Ojai when she was probably like 11. And there was this man, this traveling nomadic man with a handmade wooden loom that he made, and runes, which I have his runes. I bought some of his wooden runes, which I need to show. My precious things I don't get rid of. Like, I get rid of things that maybe are newly purchased that I don't use, but there's some like that you just don't. So he had seed beads, and I was like, my mom, when I was little, we used to be at the downstairs table, and she would have boxes of seed beads. Back in the 70s, it was very popular to make flowers on with seed beads on wire, and she made the most beautiful flowers, and I used to bead all the time. Thus my interest in jewelry at a really little, young age. So when I met this man, Robert, and he was making these cuffs, I was like, oh yes, I want one. And he made one for Jada, one for me. I have two of them. I have one with a hummingbird and this one. And that actually, it looks like a butterfly. And so then I gifted him my box of beads that were from my mom that I carted around always, and I didn't use them. So what did you do the same? What did you do the same, Laura? So this is just precious to me, a fond memory. I love beads. I love beads. Before I started metalsmithing, beading was like my thing. Not like this on a loom. This is extraordinary. It's a cuff. It's my Wonder Woman cuff. I should probably wear the other one at the same time and ward off all the crazy things. Oh my gosh. The cinnamon is pretty strong in this kava. It's a kava night, you guys. It's got to be full on. And it's berries for dinner because I already had my salad of spinach and garlic. I had the leftover salad from last night, just a little bit. The dressing was in there, so I chopped up spinach and romaine, mixed it up, added avocado, and I had my big salad for lunch. So if I just feel like having berries for dinner with coconut yogurt, that's totally fine. And if I want something savory, guess what? Tahini on romaine with salt and avocado and tomato, and that's just a party. Or sauerkraut or sliced jalapenos or whatever you want to do with your romaine. David Wolf, he always talks about the colors of food. The 70s. Oh, you did the same in the 70s, the beaded flowers and little seed beads. I mean, I am just such a fan of seed beads. So there's so much I want to do in my studio. I want to make pendants. I want to bead things. I'm going to go in there. It's very easy to lie down after the day that I had, but it's too early. Cheers. It's too early to give up. David Wolf, for all of his wildness, he has made so many people go healthy, or he brought cacao into the country. He was the first person to bring raw cacao. He's genius. He's absolutely genius. And I love him. And he's got a big head. I always think of like body types, and his head is so big because he knows so much. He's just filled with information in his big head. Yeah, he's genius. And he's good at doing business. He's good at taking the things and making them happen. He's got to be a manifesting generator. That's my guess. Hi, Crystal. Dara, do you know Dr. McDougall from True North, who recently passed at 77? No, but I am familiar with him through Dan McDonald, who used to go to True North all the time to do the water fasting. What happened? That's sad. He's young, 77. My mom passed at 72, way too young. But when it's your time, and we don't know when it's our time. Our soul knows. So we got to just enjoy, even though I had a weird, hard day. What am I doing? I'm doing my Gemini midheaven right now, talking with you guys. So there's not going to be a big mess from cleanup tonight. How easy is it just to take romaine and put some stuff on it? Do you guys need ideas? Let's get some blackberries. It's berry dinner. I'm fine with that. You could add pumpkin seeds. He died in his sleep. Whoa. I mean, that's a really pleasant way to go. He had a stroke at 18 and that changed his way of eating. I mean, I didn't know that about him, that he had a stroke at 18. I mean, it was kind of surprising when Andreas, what is his name? The liver flush, the amazing liver flush and gallbladder book guy. Wider, Andreas, I forget his last name. I always forget his last name. And he died, and it was like hush hush. Nobody said why he died. Weightlifting would have helped him to be strong. Are you weightlifting? I need to weightlift. I have weights that are mocking me in my sauna room. I'm sorry to hear that. But he did a lot while he was here. He helped a lot of people. Water fasting with supervision sounds great if you need to clean up your body. I prefer the raw food way, so I'm on the slow cleanse, like chewing, blending your raw food, chewing your raw food. You're cleansing just at a slower pace. I'm so not interested in anything besides raw food. I've reached that point, not even close to being interested. Is this coconut yogurt raw? I don't know. I prefer coconut cult. They didn't have it. I mean, coconut cult feels like it has more probiotics, but this Coco June is really creamy. Yeah, let's start weightlifting. Ellen, okay, so you know about him too, that he passed. Does anyone want to look up what David Wolf says about red food and purple food? Because think about that. I got cherries, red grapes, radicchio, red cabbage, red onion. I made hibiscus schizandra. Those are both red. The kava is hibiscus, red, and these could be considered, if you smush them up, they might be a hot pink, blue, pink. And that's it. It doesn't have to be a long video tonight. There does need to be thumbs up. I need to take a deep breath. What do you do when you get thrown? I was talking with Jenna the other day how we are so glad we eat CCB, Clean, Clear, Bright, because how on earth are you going to get through these times if you are toxic, if you are sleepy from the food you're eating, if you are, your body is otherwise occupied digesting heavy things or toxic things and it's busy detoxifying? How on earth are people walking around and being nice and not losing their heads, which people are? People are getting unhinged. You cry. Oh, it's some people cry easier than others. I'm not an easy to cry person. In human design, I'm a non-emotional. It doesn't mean I don't have emotions, but it's not like I cry easily all the time. I art journal. I get it out on paper. I use the colors that are appropriate to the mood. Davis was supposed to write a book about colors. David. I think he did. There's an old book, or he talked about it. He's definitely talked about it. I'm sure you could Google. It's riboflavins. I don't know. Eating red food. What does that mean? I'm sure it's out there. I'm sure the stuff he said. And I could text him. Like, could you write your book? I think he did. You cried too much? Aw. Hugs. Hugs. I mean, it's a washing of the waters. I used to tell Jada it balances your hormones. It's a washing of the waters. You're washing your eyeballs. Like, it's really good. You're lucky you can cry. Sometimes I wonder why I'm not crying under the covers. I could put a little pumpkin seed oil on this. I think that would be nice. Pumpkin seeds would be really nice. I was told through Michelle, my mom told her that I need to eat more. She's like, I know you eat really healthy. And I was like, that's not incorrect. I've had a lot of stress lately and have not been interested in making the smoothies. I want my pumpkin seed oil. There it is. I need it. I just bought olive oil and I didn't realize I had this whole thing. But this is good. Darn. But I bought this gorgeous Costa Rica olive oil. I saw it because the coconut cult got married. He got married. And this company made him an olive oil and lemon wedding cake with their olive oil. And so I was like, I want to support them and I want to try it. Tall bottles just have to sit out on the counter. They're nowhere to go in my cabinets. Everything's been organized, all my toiletries, all my clothes, the kitchen for the most part. I have some pantry stuff to do when they're done with their mess here. But I have my nettle. My nettle is out, my big container of nettle, my big container of hibiscus. I can reach everything I need, my Chinese herbs, my matcha, my things, and I am more than fine. This white bottle? This is new. Oh, you remember when I got the coconut cult? So they made coconut cult yogurt that was a lemon olive oil wedding cake. It was their wedding cake version and it was insane. So you are inspiring to go back to mostly raw, especially with 100-degree weather. Well, what else do you want to eat in 100-degree weather? I don't know if the construction crew will be back tomorrow, but I will hopefully get the supervisor on the phone and find out what the plan is, what days they're doing it, what days I can expect the drywall to be done. I can hopefully meet the guy who has floor samples and that's what I'm doing. Does anybody have any questions? Thank you. You know. I need all the raw food, all the walks, all the support from you guys, all the painting. 9 of P, showing up. Look, with Herbie's cup. I'm showing up with Herbie's cup with kava in it. Is someone Googling red food? I can. Google. I'm curious if it says David Wolf. I might need to hop into Vanny B. Red food nutrients. The red compound, lycopene. The colors of food with David Wolf. There's a video on it. Discusses the color pigments in food. So we can watch it. There he is. David. Superfoods. I think it's in a superfood book. I think I have it in Venice. It's a book. Superfoods. I think it's in there. Oh, he dedicated it to his mom. I think it's in here. Maybe not. Well, Michelle. 9 things I learned from David Wolf's longevity workshop. Oh, here we go. Black. Yes, black linked to, I remember as if it was yesterday, I just don't remember. Red represents the firepower, which provides chi energy or everyday energy, helping you mobilize your immunity response and supporting your blood and heart. How many red foods can you think of? I have all of them. I don't have beets. I have tomatoes, which contain lycopene, the red compound. I've been experimenting this week with some recipes, blah, blah, blah. There's not a lot of blue food. So I guess I need fire. I don't know about, we have to, what about nitrogen foods? Well, you guys, I'm planning on going into the studio. I can take you there in a little bit. So I'm going to hang up now, eat my berries, and reconvene. So hang tight. Long time watcher here, but I can never catch a live. Hi, hi Mary. Do you still use coconut oil as a moisturizer? Sometimes. I've been using castor oil. Go look up castor oil and I'll make a video also on it. I'll see you guys soon. Get your greens on.